Hello, 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 everyone. I hope that your Monday is going well and you just had a great weekend and things are starting off well for you. Man, it is. We had a good weekend here. Hope your weekend went well as well. I just said well twice there. It was monumental for us. First off, Chris, we're both very big sports fanatics, as I'm sure you all know at this point. And Chris is a big golfer, big golfer, and he's like, when I say big golfer, he's like a single handicap, and he had his first hole in one. So it was a very exciting time in our household out here. So yeah, it was good. It was very good, very good. Hopefully you all are. Like I said, it's Monday. We are going into the last week of the month, and it's kind of crazy. And this is, as I was prepping for this show, this is the first time ever since doing this that I was really struggling, thinking, okay, what am I going to talk about? Like, I have everything lined up, and today is anyone that knows me, it's an interesting day for me. And so I just was like, man, I don't even know what to talk about today. I was just kind of struggling on what to do, the topic choices. And I just couldn't really think. Thinking in general sometimes hard, but I just couldn't figure out what to discuss today. And so as I thought about that a little bit, that then led me to what to discuss today, which just do it. Now, obviously, I know it's a slogan for Nike. I get that. And that led me a little bit more of how many times we let hesitation stop us. How many times do we let it be, okay, is it fear that's stopping us? Is that the biggest motivation or lack of motivation to stop us from doing stuff? So what I mean by that, and let me know what stops you in the comments. Is it, hey, whether it's going live? I hear this a lot. And anytime you're looking at, hey, top 5 things to do when going live, or top 5 YouTube tips, or whatever it may be, it's almost, it's not necessarily the camera, it's the lighting. But if you go through and actually think about what it is, it's almost always motivation to actually go and do it. Yes, fear paralyzes someone. Exactly, Gregory. And so it's so big that the fear to do something, maybe it's the simple, hey, I really want to apply for that job. And especially as females, you feel like all the insecurities that, I'm not qualified enough for that job. I don't think I can. I don't think I can do that. I don't think I'm qualified enough. Yet your male counterpart will automatically apply for that job. So apply for that job. Maybe you don't think you're going to get the sell. I just don't think I can do it. Why? Why automatically count yourself out that before it even begins? Automatically go do that. I mean, we had Gregory on the show last week, and he was just dropping all kinds of knowledge on us. And if he thought automatically, man, no one's going to ever do this texting thing, it's too big of a challenge. Man, that was never his mindset. He automatically thought, I'm going to make this work. And if he let that fear paralyze him, come on. And all the other great entrepreneurs out there, and even if you're not entrepreneur in creating your own magnificent, awesome, whatever, in everything you do, are you letting fear paralyze you? Are you, I had an upset customer and I don't want to call them, because face it head on. Face it head on. Maybe it's something as simple as, I don't want to make that phone call. Well, why? What is stopping you from doing that? If you have the knowledge and you have all the tools, you don't have to have the fanciest equipment. You don't have to have all the cool gadgets. If what's right here and what's right here, that's all that matters. So I'm going to keep this pretty brief, just because Monday is crazy and all kinds of madness goes on Monday. And I'm going to, yeah, Steve, you're right. No decision is a decision today. We're either part of the solution to prove ourselves or help others to contribute in our industry. We're part of the disconnected from reality problems to hold us back. Hint, there is no between. Yes. And there's an analogy that I heard this back, I don't know, I was probably like a teenager, and it's always stuck with me. And it's a story of I think it's a cocoa pilot, and not co-pilot, like a cocoa, like a cocoa bean. And he's flying the plane, right? And he has to make a decision because his plane starts to plummet and it's going into a free fall. And he has to make a decision. Okay, what am I going to do? Am I going to pull up, or am I going to let this plane plummet to the ground and die? Now, he has to make a decision, right? Now, if he doesn't make a decision, he's like, I'm indecisive. I don't know what I'm going to do. Now, some may say he's indecisive. He hasn't made a decision. Bullshit. He has already made a decision. He's made a decision to plummet to his death, because if he doesn't pull up and he's indecisive, he has already made a decision what he wants to do. So take that into your daily lives. The minute you become, I'll say, Switzerland, and decide, I'm not going to, and I love Switzerland. Love Switzerland's one of my favorite places in the world. Love Switzerland, and their chocolate's amazing. And I love chocolate, and I love the Alps. The metaphor still stays. If you've made a decision not to do anything, that is your decision. So do not let fear paralyze you. Do not let it dictate what you're going to do in life. We are all have amazing talents. My good friend Lori Halter has an incredible ability, and shout out to Lori Halter. You have an amazing ability to find those special talents in each and one of your employees, in each one of her friends and people that she interacts with. And she has an incredible Rolodex. And for anyone that was born after 19 or 2000, that's a thing you flip and it has little cards to say, hey, this person, you have an amazing ability to do that. So I just go back to, whether it's picking up the phone, whether it's, hey, social media, whether it's whatever it may be, too often we let this indecisiveness, this fear, whatever it is inside of us, this little voice in our head that does no good, let it run our lives. And there's so much good we could be doing, but we let that stand back and say, you're not good enough. You shouldn't make that phone call. You shouldn't hit record. Why? There's so much other things we could be doing and so much good we could be doing. And you're good enough. You're awesome enough. You're talented enough. But don't let that do that. And don't be the co-pilot that just says, you know what? I'm not going to make a decision. So instead, I'm going to plummet to my death. Don't be that person. Do not be that person. There's so many amazing people in this industry that if you have a question, someone's going to be there to lend a helping hand and to say, hey, let me help you with that. If you have a question, no problem. I'll help you with that. No problem at all. Hey, you need some assistance with that? No problem. And I definitely don't know everything. I when I need help, I know that I've got a list that's forever long that I can reach out and help someone. So even this morning, I was like, man, I've been struggling for a couple days knowing that this date was coming up. And I was like, man, I don't know how to do this date justice to discuss what I'm going to discuss. And I went back and forth. And I was like, Brooke, come on, get your shit together. You're better than this. Like, just talk. And so as I went back and forth, I was like, this is a good time to talk about hesitation and just do it. Pick up the phone, turn the camera on, whatever it made you, just do it. So just do it, everyone. That's my message today. Don't let the fear paralyze you. Pick up the phone, do whatever it is, and just do it. So that's my message today. So we're going to transition. There's no way to transition from this. So transition to that today at 10 o'clock. If you all are not following Ian and Jeff on the Automotive show, do, man. Every Monday they go live to 10 a.m. Central Time. And I have kind of become my second home. And they're awesome. They're fantastic. I'm going live with them today at 10, well, actually here in about 20 minutes. So I'll be going with them today. And we're talking about technology and what we're doing with technology, thrown up here on the screen. In the show notes, there's actually a link there. You can click on it. You can RSVP for the show. So Ian and Jeff, if you're watching live, thank you for everything they do. You talk about moving the auto industry forward, man. They are doing a phenomenal job with that. They're doing such a great job. Love everything they're doing. And we're talking about just, hey, are we using, with all the technology out there, how are we using to move the industry forward? And that's a big thing, whether it's something like this, whether it's social media. There's so many tools out there. And also, and we've talked about this previously, is you got to make sure you still have that human connection, right? So make sure you have that human connection on there. So definitely RSVP for that. Be on there. There's going to be obviously the three of us. And then I'm sure good old Larry Feldman's going to drop in there. So always a good time when Larry Feldman is on there. And thank you, Greg. For that. He always livens to show up. We try our best with Larry and I to kind of go back and forth at things. So definitely check that out. And everyone, today is find a way to serve someone. It is today personally is the anniversary of my mother's passing. Hence if you're watching live, I've got the good old fuck cancer t-shirt on today. So today for myself, we always do, our family does something, we always try to remember my mom and honor her in every way possible. So we'll do some extra special things today. So as always, and this is something that when I say go serve, this is something I don't just say, this is what I preach. This is what I do every day. And it's because it was driven into her from a very young age. This is what we do. So get out there, serve someone, do whatever it may be. Do find a way to serve today. Serve your colleague, serve your neighbor. Find a way to help and do good in this world. Find a way to do this. We're all better for it. We're moving this industry forward, and by moving this industry forward, we are moving this world forward. So yes. And Gregory, thank you so much for being on last week. You brought the heat, dude. Just thank you so much for everything you're doing, and continue what you're doing. And with that, everyone, I know it is a crazy, crazy Monday, so we're going to sign off and get out of here. Have an awesome rest of your week. We'll see everyone on Friday. Everyone have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week, and we'll see everyone on Friday. Thanks. Bye-bye.